Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, so Lomachenko win. Teofimo Lopez did pretty good numbers on ESPN, which they should have made that fight on Fox, to be honest, man. I mean on ABC, but let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, get comfortable, man. And don't forget, check out our boxing news playlist out according to Kevin and Ioli. I'll put the screenshot on the screen. He said that it averaged 1.5 million, but the difference was that was the entire card. I guess it was a 6-hour block card. It didn't seem that long, 6 hours, but you had the prelims, then you had the 3-fight undercard, or the 2-fight undercard. You had Edgar Berlanga taking on somebody, and then you also had Cesados and Barboza, which actually was the best fight on the card, in my opinion. You had some pretty good guys. Jerron in his boots, father, he had a fighter on there. He lost to a guy that did some time in prison who was pretty good, who was coached by Coach K, who's now got Jerry Hurd, and also Shakir Stevenson, FN Jabo. You keep knowing it. Seen the 17-year-old kid. What's his name? He was from Queens. I can't remember his name, but he was, impressive to be 17. And don't forget, at 17, this record will never be broken unless some rules change, and I think it still won't be broken. Rafael Benitez was the youngest world champion. He was world champion at 17 years old, and that never will be broken again. But the whole card averaged 1.54 million viewers, and that's impressive to have a prelim card. And it really wasn't a boring fight on the card that I've seen. I didn't see every fight on the card. I tuned in and tuned out, but I really didn't see a boring fight on the card. I was going back and forth with the Alabama and Georgia game, which was also good. And they had an MLB game as well, but nobody watches baseball anymore. Even people that's in their 40s and 50s don't watch baseball anymore. So you're really looking at the 80-year-old demographic that watches baseball. But yeah, 1.54 over a 6-hour block. That's very, very impressive for ESPN. I don't know how, Monday Night Football does for them, or baseball does for them, or SportsCenter, or First Take. I don't know what kind of viewerships they garnish for those shows. But to have 1.5, that's pretty good as an average. And the main event peaked at almost 3 million people. Now, you got to remember, back in the day before technology came in, you had a situation where HBO used to do between 5 and 10 million viewerships on Boxing After Dark, and that was very, very impressive. But that's before you could stream and all that. And people still going to stream ESPN, Fox, ABC, because they not always going to be at home. So they're going to use the different websites that people use to stream it for free, which I'm not going to snitch and put them out there. And also, you got people that's going to use this ESPN app to watch it, the Fox app to watch it. They're going to use those type of things to watch it because it's more convenient. So if you at work and do whatever you're doing, you work nights or whatever, or you get off a little bit late, you're going to watch the fight on an app, or you're going to stream it off a website. You're going to watch it on ESPN or whatever you can. So to be honest, with the ESPN app, and also you probably got a situation with streaming, they probably did have 10 million people watching, just as, if you talk about the Errol Spencers, the Terrence Crawford pay-per-views, the Deontay Wilder Furies, you probably got a situation where they might have sold 200, 150, 300,000, 800,000. And really, you might have a situation where 5 million people watch those bouts. 6 million, 10, 2 million, 1 million people. But that's why you can't really put a price on pay-per-view no more. You can't put a price on, you can't do pay-per-view no more. Because so many people have so many different ways to watch it. And they can't block all the websites or the APKs because it's damn near impossible with VPNs. And also, you got just a new website popping up every day. They crack down on people showing it on Instagram Live. Remember, AB showed Wilder and Ortiz on Instagram Live. I think it was Wilder Fury showed on Instagram Live, because me and Dr. Blick was live. Then you got a situation where, they were showing it on Facebook, and now they crack down on that, so nobody do that. So everybody's just streaming it. Everybody just streaming it at the crib, off the computer. If you at the home, because if you're gonna put a $75 price tag, the only way you really gonna make money off that, are your loyal hardcore pay-per-view guys. And it's not too many people that just got $75, $100 to burn. Even if they got it to burn, a lot of people going to spend it going to the club, spend it going out to eat. They're going to spend it, on liquor. They're going to spend it on wings. Why would you go there? You go to Dave & Buster's, watch the fight, and get in. You go to the bar and watch it to get in. You could be around some women. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it's probably a situation where, when they put pay-per-views on, whatever the company is, some of the tickets in the arena might be less than the pay-per-view. And I know that don't sound right, but it actually happens a lot of times where a lot of those tickets, some people just get in for free. A lot of comps come in. I ain't gonna say this fighter's name, but he fought in Vegas a couple of times back to back, and they was letting people just walk in for free. That's how much he didn't sell, but those numbers were impressive. They was going against Alabama, Georgia, and I'll be honest, I was going back and forth watching that game, but I think by the time that game was out of reach, the main event had already came on. I mean, it wasn't on yet, so it looked like Alabama was gonna lose or have a problem. And then they just pulled away from Georgia. And I think they are the platinum standard in football, college football. But, by the time that came on, that's probably why you had the peak. But then again, they did 2.89 million people. That's impressive. People say, somebody said Planton, the other dude he fought on Fox, they did they averaged 1.52. But you're talking about, that probably was a 2 or 3 hour window for a fight card. You're talking about a 6 hour window. Think about that for a minute. A 6 hour window. 6 hour window. The average fight with prelims, to be honest, that was probably one of the best undercards you're gonna see, period. It was quick, it was entertaining. The prelims, that was better than anything they put in the bubble. The prelims, but now you got people that gotta fight now. Now you got people that got to get that money. With the bubble, it was a lot of guys that wasn't prepared, that wasn't in shape. Now you got a situation where you got guys that's in shape. You got guys that want to fight. So that was anything better than they put on the bubble. The prelims was awesome. There's some guys that probably could be world champion on there. But the key is to have it on access TV that's accessible, which ESPN, they could have did on ABC, but, that's what PBC got to do. They honestly got to get away from Showtime. Showtime just is not a boxing network. If I'm Al, maybe I huck my pride up and try to go back and say, HBO, let's do it. Let's do it. If it's not HBO, then he got to find another network, to be honest. Because really, at some point, Showtime is just a farm system. Nobody going to watch Showtime at all. So, to be honest, they either got to get expansion of Fox, or they got to find another network. NBC coming back in a small capacity as well, too, in boxing. In a few, I don't know when it's coming back. I ain't going to lie. But to be honest, for them to get 2.89 million, that's phenomenal for ESPN. It's different from Fox because Fox is on free TV. Free TV. And now you got a situation where ESPN is basic cable. And people don't even know they pay a subscription for ESPN. It's just in your cable bill. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, the fight itself was pedestrian. It was terrible, to be honest. If you're just looking at it from a casual fanboy, it was a terrible fight. Didn't live up to the hype. It was both the fighters' fight, but I put it more on Teofimo Lopez. On Lomachenko. Teo couldn't cut the ring off, and that's why he couldn't really, open up Lomachenko. Lomachenko just ran all night. Either he believed the hype, he felt something that he didn't like, he was scared of the power. And that's the difference between fighters like him and the fighters they compare him to with Ali and all the other great fighters. Ali get hit, it turned him on. He ready to get in there and go to war. And that's the difference between these, quote unquote top level fights like this fight and back in the day. And back in the day, it wasn't no hope. You have fighters that made you fight, and you have fighters that was willing to fight until they go off their shield. By no means necessary was this a good product for boxing. Sorry. It was good that Teo stepped up, but the fight sucked. When you used to get Tommy and Ray and Hearns and Hagler in the ring and Duran in the ring together, they produce really good fights. They produce classics, and that was far from a classic, and that might have turned off 2.9 million boxing fans, but it really didn't live up to the bill. and it was kind of both the fighters' fight. T.O. not knowing how to cut the ring off and making Lomachenko open up, and Lomachenko more on him not doing enough. But it did pretty good numbers. It was a good day for boxing, numbers wise, but for the actual product in the ring, you just gotta ask yourself, man. You know, even when you get a top level fight, you know, it's supposed to be like this. Even though I didn't really rate these fighters that, you know, too high, but you know, every time you get a fight like this, you want a good showing, and it just Lomachenko ran like a chicken. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Also, we got a Facebook group. That link's in the description as well. Check that out. Want to make a donation, share the video. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check out the Boxing News playlist. Check out my other channel, Mercy Sports Talk, right here on YouTube. Everything Detroit. Other than that, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. No link is just in there being gray. And PayPal, that link's in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we go.